What's going on, guys? My name is Ray and welcome back to the channel. Now, AQW has been around for 8 years. The 2D Flash game made its first appearances on the internet in 2008. We are currently 2017. Throughout all the years, we've had hundreds, and I repeat hundreds of classes that have come out in the game. Now, in this video, we're going to explore the changes and the evolution of all these classes in terms of their skills, their complexity, their heals, you name it. This is going to be a very discussion-based video. Now, I have no script or bullet points for this video, so it's going to be on the top of my mind. If you do like this and you watch to the end, let me know in the comment section down below if you want to see more videos like this one. But without further stalling, let's get right into the video in 3, 2, and 1. Right, welcome back guys to the video. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek at my inventory here. Now, all of these classes that I have in my inventory could be categorized as newer classes to the game, with all the newer types of skills and everything. I actually don't believe I have any older classes in my inventory right now. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Wikipedia. So, this page has every single class that came out in AdventureQuest Worlds listed here. Most of these classes are newer classes, but most of them are also older classes. Now, if you scroll all the way down here to the rare section, look how many rare classes there are. There are a lot of rare classes, which you can't get them anymore, unfortunately. But a lot of these are older classes with older types of skills compared to the newer classes. Now, Ray, what differentiates old classes and new classes? Well, I'm glad you asked. For the purpose of this video, I've gone ahead and logged into my alternate account. Now, my alternate account has Ninja equipped, and only Ninja. I haven't farmed for any other class. Now, this is an old ass class. Back in the day, every single new player would go for it. It was considered ungodly, unhittable, amazing. Now, if you take a look at the skills of this class, they aren't complex, alright? You have damage, and then this last skill here, you have, if it'll show me the stats, I'm going to leave this room because it doesn't show me the stats when I'm attacking a monster. It raises my dodge by 3% and my haste by 5% every time I hit an enemy. So basically, that's as far as the stats raising for stat boost for a class would go back in the day. There wasn't much more to it. Now, if you try and use Ninja nowadays, of course, you don't see many people with it unless you're confined to the Chaos Saga, which in that case, the monsters are easier to kill here, so you can make do with Ninja. But with all of these harder monsters and all these harder maps, Ninja isn't really a great option. It just doesn't have the capabilities. Now, this class really did stick to its theme. Ninja. It hits fast, it dodges fast. Not much more to it. So, this class is just, back in the day everybody used it. It was amazing. There was no other class that was better than it, for beginners at least. And it was great, but now that's changed. Let's go ahead and hop back onto my main account and take a look at the class I currently have on. We'll take the example of Lightcaster. These types of classes that are brand new to the game are insane. Let's take a look at the first skill here. The Spotlight, increasing amount of damage your opponent takes by 3% per stack and lasts 10 seconds. If not restacked, stacks up to 50 times. That's a mindfuck, alright? You would not see something like that in the old days. The thing is with these classes nowadays is you have to stack that skill, which is going to affect that other skill, and then when you equip that skill, it's going to make that other skill stronger, and then with that skill, with those two skills equipped, it's going to make your heal skill stronger. It's all a mumbo jumbo combos, where back in the day you had damage, which didn't really matter the order, and then you had like a maybe stat booster, which is one attack on the class, right? So what I want to get to here is let's take a look at Necromancer. Necromancer is a fairly old class, but it's not very old. This is the point. This class right here is the point where the skills started to get more complex. You can tell that the art is older, of course. Newer classes have way different art, and that's another thing. Back in the day, you had similar art for all the classes, but nowadays you have crazy art for, like, let's take the example of Abyssal Angel. Look at that art. It's insane. The auto attack is different. Anyway, let's go back to Necromancer here. Let's equip this. This is one of my first classes, good classes that I had on my account. on IMRay. It was probably the best class I ever had. I was so happy when I got it, because back in the day, it was amazing. There was no classes that topped it. It was the thing when Doomwood came out. So, the first skill, it summons a pet, which is, if I just remove my current pink pet here, the pink Chilla. Alright, so you have a skeleton. What's really cool about this class, we've never seen this before, is that the skeleton does all the damage. You don't do anything. You order your skeleton to attack. So the second skill here weakens the target, lowering their damage and draining some of their life, and then it gives it to you basically. Then you have another one, which is it inflicts yourself, which it makes you take damage, and then you get mana in return. Then you basically have your nuke, which orders your pet here to do a lot of damage. And then you also have your first skill. If your thing is already summoned, it will go into a frenzy, which doubles its damage. So do you see a pattern here? You have to have this skill, which is going to buff this skill, and then you have to use your heal and your mana. Ninja did not have a heal, and it only had a very specific mana regeneration. This has like a mana regeneration when you hit your enemy, and it has a mana regeneration when it has its own skill for mana. Ninja didn't have heals. Classes back in the day did not have their own heals. So it's very interesting to see where this class came on, and then it just went upper and upper and upper from there. Blaise Binder, which is more or less recent, couple of years it's been in the game. The art is starting to get more intense, you can tell. Then you have this thing does damage, and it gives the enemy a damage over time. This class didn't have damage over time, and it applies to all the default healer, rogue. Those things were very specific. You go into combination classes, the old class like Paladin even isn't that complex. Then you have like a weird thing which does a damage over time in an area of effect. Then you have a heal over time, which wasn't a thing back in the day, the heal over time too. That came in a little bit later. Then you have a nuke that does damage over time. These classes are very complex. Now, I'm assuming you guys by this point have gotten my point. You guys can see the difference now between the classes from 2008 and the classes in 2017. They've come a very long way. Now, opinion time. My opinion on the classes nowadays is that they wrap up too much of everything. You have a theme. Let's take a new class like, I don't know. Let's take a new class like, we'll go back to Lightcaster. This class has a theme. Okay, so it's like angelic, it's light, it's supposed to represent light. But no, you know, every single class that comes out nowadays has its own heal. Which, in a way, it's important to have your own heal on a class, but it doesn't mean it has to be a skill. The classes nowadays don't have their own themes, they're not respecting their themes. Back in the day you had Ninja, that actually had its own theme, it didn't have its own heal. Now every class that comes out has its own heal, which kind of ruins the point of, you know, the theme of the class. But, you know, that's my thought. Let me know what you guys think about the new classes nowadays. Do you like older classes? Do you like newer classes? And let me just make a point here. Put yourself in the world of 2008 to 2012, where the older classes were the best. There were no hard monsters, and we weren't relying on difficult and complex skills to get by with more power. That was a very, very big talkative video. There wasn't much action going. It wasn't a tutorial video, but it was interesting to talk to you guys about it. Now I hope you guys actually got something out of this, and of course I'm going to reply to every single comment, or I'm going to try to reply to every single comment on this video. Talk in the comment section. Give me your opinions in a mature manner, of course. Give me your thoughts, older classes, newer classes, complex skills, you name it. Let me know what you thought, if you got my point on newer classes versus older classes, and which one you prefer to be in the game. Big talk video. I'm sorry if I bored you guys, but once again, let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos like this where it's just me talking about AQW related topics. So without further ado, I'm going to leave you guys there. Make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video, comment your thoughts down below, follow me on Twitter, link for that will be in the description down below, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out guys, take care.